What's up, guys? My name is John Evans. I coach many of the highest jumpers in the world, like this guy. And in this episode, we're going to talk about something called intuitive eating. So you guys may not know this, but Isaiah's, I don't want to be mean to you because people take it the wrong way. They can't take a joke. Isaiah's been trying to lose some weight. He's really blown up, really bloated up the last couple weeks.
I let myself go.
Yeah. So he's had to lose some weight. And talk a little bit about your weight loss journey so far.
Yeah. So this all started last week when I dunked. I felt horrible. I felt heavy is like the best way I can describe it. And then if you backtrack 3 months, it was right when I started jumping really, really high. Actually, that was probably like 6 months ago now.
No, that wasn't that long. It was probably like 3 months ago.
Maybe.
Where you had your highest jump ever, the flight time?
Not even before that.
Oh.
The session at the expensive place, Lake Nona. When was that?
Oh.
That's when it started.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. So around 6 months ago, I had a crazy jump session. And I was weighing 181, which is the lightest I had been in a long time, like probably like 2 years. And I jumped really high throughout that whole period of time. The heaviest I got to was 183. And this is after being basically around 185, 186-ish for a few months. So now back to the current time. Had a session last week, did horribly, weighed myself, and I was 187, which is like
What was last week's session? Where were you?
That was the
that was the volleyball
video.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Wasn't good, but
0.92. My best flight time.
okay, that's bad.
Yeah. I went from
I guess volleyball
51
kind of masks
to
volleyball masks how high you jump because the net is 8 foot.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, just so you guys know, on the side it was 8 foot. It was over my fingertips. It just sagged in the middle, I think, a couple inches. So it wasn't as low as 7.6 though. It was probably like 7.9 or something.
So then I was like, okay, I'm a little 3 pounds overweight. Let me try to lose 3 pounds. That was my whole goal. So downloaded MyFitnessPal, started
Talk
tracking.
about what you were doing before.
Oh, yeah. Because me and John talked. We're like,
Oh, what a change.
why
is he gaining weight?
Why am I so fat?
By the way,
This is a joke, by the way. I'm not
He's not actually fat.
3 pounds isn't that crazy, but what I was doing is every night I was eating marshmallow fruity pebbles, and it's a very.
I actually thought it was Count Chocula.
No,
I didn't know it was
I'm not a chocolatey cereal guy.
no Fruity Pebbles.
The marshmallow ones specifically, those are so addicting. Like I bought a box a few weeks ago, and then I've just been buying like 2 boxes every week.
Put crack in that.
And literally bodying like 5 bowls of cereal every night. When I started tracking, and then DoorDashing candy, DoorDashing acai, and it's every night. Like
I don't know when these habits started, but like
no, like it'll start with like small. Like I'll go to a gas station and get candy for the first time in months, and then that's usually like, and then
get sick
I just
when
get
I
the
eat
bug.
candy.
I get sick too.
But you eat it anyway.
I keep going.
I'm full, Dad. I
And
don't
what's
want to
funny is
stop. Keep eating
Christina
that
will
candy.
give me crap. Like I'll literally be like, "Oh, my stomach hurts." She's like, "I told you not to get it," and then the next day I'll do the same thing. But,
Repeat the same habit over
yeah,
and over and over again.
But then I'm like, all right, let me just start tracking. I'll cut that out, and come to find out, those bowls of cereal are like 600 calories each. Yeah.
That is absolutely abhorrent.
Yeah.
So what? Five times 600, 3,000 calories of cereal.
Yeah. Just let it sink
I
in
just
for a
gotta
little
let
bit.
this- And you were eating breakfast and lunch and dinner.
Yeah. And snacks in between.
You're saying 5 bowls.
And I actually, 5 bowls of cereal. I would say between 3 to 5. 5 is like if I really like. And I actually have thoughts on. I think my maintenance calories is way higher than what I think it
so
is.
too,
I think
because,
I eat way more. So
especially if you only gain 3 pounds eating 5,000 calories a day in 3 months.
I only did it for like a month. It was for like a month.
You gain 3 pounds in a month?
Yeah.
Okay, so each pound is 3,500. That means you would have eaten 10,500 caloric calories in excess to gain 3 pounds. So across 30 days, that is 350 calories extra a day. So your surplus, your caloric intake, your maintenance has got to be way higher than you think. It's got to be
Well,
like
and what makes me
3,500.
think that is
You ate
so last 3 days
200.
I start tracking my calories.
and you
I
feel
start
like
eating.
death.
I start eating 2,900 calories a day. That was like my thing, and I stuck to it. Technically, it was only 2 days. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday. I ate 2,900 calories, and I dropped like 3.5 pounds.
Yeah, well, and I think that usually happens because of water retention and carbohydrates. So oftentimes when you cut weight, the first thing you'll see is a big drop off because the water that's stored when glycogen is maxed out in your muscles has mass. And as a result, when you cut the caloric intake down, you start depleting that glycogen pretty quickly, and then also water, so your weight will drop very quickly. But you felt incredibly depleted. So
Yeah, I was in a bad mood.
yeah, I was like, dude, I don't know if I can stomach you just piss attitude, irritable for 2
Well, it's
months.
specifically nighttime. That's like
Yeah.
because that's usually when I like.
The other day he woke
Benji.
up and he asked me to do something and he said, look it up on the app, motherfucker. And then he texted back 5 minutes later and goes, I'm sorry, that was mean. And I was like, I thought it was a joke. And he's like, it was. But was it?
I think I think it was affecting me.
Your
The caloric
irritability,
deficit.
your caloric deficit.
But today I jumped high.
So is it worth it? Is being miserable for 23 hours or 24 hours for 6 days and then 23
Well,
hours
the thing
one
is,
day
I'm
worth
thinking
it?
now I can bump it up and maintain, right?
Yeah, you'll probably still lose weight. I think as long as you're tracking, you're going to lose weight because I think your caloric expenditure is higher than what you assume. So even if you bump it up to 3,300, 3,400, I think that if you hit that, you'll end up
Yeah,
losing
I was
weight.
just probably massively overeating. Because I
Yeah.
maintain, mind you, I have tracked calories. This is the second time I think I've successfully ever done it.
What do you mean
The only other
successfully?
time
What do you mean successfully ever done?
I've tracked for like a day before, and I'm like, fuck this.
No, you tracked everything you ate for like 2 weeks once, right? To figure
Yeah, that
out
was
your
the first.
maintenance.
That was 2021.
And then when did you retry it?
I don't remember. I just know like if you look at my fitness pal, I've
Real
logged
quick.
in.
If you're interested in getting coaching, go to tspstrength.com.
What does it include?
It includes, well, it's actually like 5 coaches on one athlete, answering questions 24/7 around the clock. And we also write all of your programs every single week. We sit down for hours and hours and hours and go in and make sure everything's dialed in, individualized, and progressed, and includes all the super sexy weight room progressions that'll make you jump higher. It also includes, well, school, which includes multiple guides for nutrition and all this other stuff. We don't know if we're going to keep that or not, but currently you still have it. And let's see, what other things do you?
Technique analysis.
Oh yeah, technique analysis. You can send whatever you want in the chat. Really, the chat it's coaching. So like, if you have a coach, anything you want to ask them, we'll answer, and that includes nutrition questions.
And how much is it right now?
Right now, it's $12 for your first month, but it will go back after the first month. So if you're on the edge of thinking about buying it or not buying it, it's $12. Try it out. This is not for people to just do for 1 month, though. It doesn't work if you just do it 1 month. I mean, you probably will jump higher, but that's not the purpose. So we're looking for people that are thinking about it and just want to give it a try. That's what the $12 is for. So if that's you, go to hbstrength.com and sign up. But I want to talk about intuitive eating because, and I interrupted him because we always forget to do that. So,
Yeah.
But intuitive eating is good because people like me are incredibly obsessive. I don't know if you guys know this. I have OCD. And when I track, it is like a major trigger for my OCD to be incredibly obsessive. And when I say OCD, I mean like I have obsessive thoughts and I will obsess about food 24/7. Like I'm talking like I will not stop thinking about food throughout the day because I'm always thinking about my next meal or tracking it or managing my calories or managing my protein intake. And it just becomes overwhelming. So intuitive eating is where you eat when you're hungry and you make better choices, but you don't necessarily track it. You don't necessarily pay attention to what you're eating, but you just have like general rules and guidelines. It's like a soft focus on what you're eating. So some examples would be like, hey, I know that Count Chocula and Marshmallow Fruity Pebbles are bad for me, that intuitively, so I probably shouldn't eat those. That's intuitive eating. Or, oh wow, my body is like, I just feel like tired and like hungry. Okay, you probably need to eat. That's your body telling you need to eat. But if you're full, then it's like, okay, you're bloated right now. Like you literally feel sick. You probably ate too much. Don't do that again. Like it's just simple kind of general guidelines and rules, and it's more so cutting things out and finding other options. So, for example, the marshmallow fruity pebbles, you would be like, okay, Isaiah, instead of eating that, eat honey bunches of oats because you don't want to eat 15 bowls. You can still eat cereal, but
I'm not going to body five bowls in a row of honey bunches of oats.
Exactly. Or like, hey, the only thing I want you to track is just make sure you get your protein intake for the day. If you do that, your satiety is going to be way better. You're going to feel way more satiated, so you're less likely to want to eat a bunch of other stuff. Like if you had 2 42-gram protein shakes, that's going to fill you up more, and it's relatively lower calorie, so you're going to be good. I usually intermittent fast with it as well, but it works incredibly well for me, and so I just don't eat when I'm hungry. Sometimes I'm like too lazy to eat, and so I'll end up losing weight when that happens, which is crazy, and I'll just be like, yeah, it's fine, I don't care. I mean, I always eat when I am hungry, but there's times when it's literally just inconvenient for me because I'm working or traveling or doing something, and I'm just like, oh, I'll worry about it later, and I tend to lose a lot of weight that way. So that's what I would encourage a lot of people to do, especially if you're very obsessive like me.
And I'm pretty obsessive too. Like you mentioning that, I just realized like I've been thinking about food.
Like more than 8 hours a day.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
Like,
if you're thinking about it more than 8 hours a day, like that's a problem.
Yeah. Like I'm like looking forward to my next
Yeah, exactly. That's not good.
Right
that's
now, like
normal.
I literally feel my stomach rumbling.
That's terrible.
Bro, whoever made that damn cereal is messed up in the head.
Yeah, they're
It
literally
feels
diabolical.
like the edible version of brain rot, like doom scrolling. Like that's the same, like you know when you're doom
dopamine
scrolling,
hit of just
like I'm like not even aware I'm eating.
I'm
that
like
cereal.
scared to get near it in the grocery store. Like if I see it, I'm like, dude,
good,
I can't get this because I know it's still addicting.
I still have half of the box left.
You just throw it away when you get home. Go through your pantry.
Or I could just eat it just one last time to finish it.
Go through your pantry and throw away all the shit. That's the other thing about eating intuitively is like, don't go to the store and buy bad stuff.
Yeah.
Don't go out.
That's
like,
what
or
messes
if you
me
go
up.
out to eat, like don't buy, like be like, hey, intuitively, I know that these chicken tenders are bad for me, so I'm not going to eat them. You know, it's like the rules your parents gave you, like eat your vegetables, eat your proteins, you know, home cooking, stuff like that. Kind of follow that general rule and you'll be way better off.
Literally, if my rules is like, if I cut out fast food and sugary stuff,
You lose weight so fast.
yeah. Like my
That's what I would
diet
do.
just improves.
Yeah, it's literally just making,
Just those
just
two
cutting out
rules.
the bad things, and then like you can still eat whatever you want. Just don't eat. You can still eat, I guess, like technically as much as you want, but it's not. You won't because like eating Chipotle every day sucks. So you're gonna be like, I'm not craving this.
Yeah.
Like I'm eating for sustenance and fuel, not because, you know, I am looking for like a quick dopamine hit, which is really what you're just like impulsively doing. Is like I'm bored.
Yep.
This is good, so I'm going to eat it. And it's really just like having the discipline to not do that over and over and over again, like 5 times a day. Then you end up like a blob boy. And your knees start hurting.
Yeah, right now
Look down, you
I
got your
really
belly
want to.
fat.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
At least I know I can lose weight though.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you already lost some, so
Yeah.
I would encourage you all to.
I don't think I need to lose.
But you
more.
can track if you want. Macro Factor's a great app. Check it out. That's for watching, guys. We're dead. We dunked today.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this.
You're lucky you even got a podcast.
You
out
are
of
lucky.
us.
You guys are lucky. All right. See ya.